Hi everyone, I'm Tracy Zitnick at Leg Up Dog Training. Today we're going to talk about why I train dogs with a communication device called a prong collar. I only use Herm Sprenger prong collars because they have a rounded end that doesn't poke or hurt the skin of the dog. But if you want to communicate with your dog and you're just using a flat collar, then there's no direction in your communication. And worse than that, if for any reason you're pulling backward or you're on a walk and the dog is pulling, you're choking your dog out. So that's just cruel and it's not effective communication. Whereas the prong collar, each segment moves differently. So it can tell the dog we're moving this way. And on the theory of pressure release, which is how I train, when pressure is applied on the left, the dog's going to move right. When pressure is applied to the top, the dog's going to move down. I'm going to disconnect it. You squeeze the ends and open it. I've added a couple extra links so you can watch me fit her. Good, come. Yes. Sit. Good girl. So, I'm going to put this around her neck, and you can already see there's way too much, but I'm going to show you. I'm going to put it on her and show you that it dangles, and I can put my whole hand underneath it. So this isn't going to communicate with her, and there's a chance that it can hurt her. It can get into her ear. If she shirks it, it could get into her eye because she's so small. So I'm going to disconnect it by squeezing one prong together and pushing underneath to shift it up so I don't push against her neck. And then I'm going to take out two, good, sit. I'm going to take out two prongs because it was pretty big on her. And I just want to be able to get a finger underneath this. For a bigger dog, you would want two fingers underneath it. But for this little dog, not as much. So plenty of clearance underneath. The prongs sit against her neck, but they are not poking her. Again, I can get an entire finger under that. On a Chihuahua scale, that's a lot. So the other thing that it has going for it is that I have a carabiner attached to it. So if for some reason I haven't attached it correctly and she shirks it, when the leash is connected to it, I don't lose her. So I'm going to attach this to her flat collar as a backup. And then I'm going to disconnect her leash from the flat collar, and I'm going to connect it to the D-ring. And I will show these two. The D-ring spins, so when she's walking, she doesn't get tangled or yanked unnecessarily. So to take this off of her, I'm going to squeeze the prongs and push up with this finger. I don't want to push the prong against her neck. I want to take that pressure on my finger. There we go. So it's disconnected except for the carabiner is connected to her flat collar. This is the smallest prong collar, prong links that the Herm Sprenger makes for prong collars. It's for smaller dogs. When you get up into, I don't know, 75, 80 pounds, you want a bigger prong. But this works fine for my 10-pound Chiweenie, and I've been using it on actually 45-pound pitty mix. This is the bigger prong, and it's the one that I used to train Maverick, the 170-pound Mastiff. So to disconnect this one, same, it's harder because these are thicker links, right? They're for a bigger, heavier, more substantive dog. So you have to squeeze a little bit harder, a good grip, and you're giving your right hand a little help with the left with the push up. And you want to be able to slide 2 fingers underneath the prong so that you know there's space. The prong collar should not spin on the dog. It should sit comfortably, just not too snugly. If you have the collar on your dog too tightly and you're jerking the dog around and hurting it, you're not using the collar correctly. Oh, the chair is wet. Northwest mornings. I'm not altogether sure he's gonna sit still, so I gotta try to hold on to him. Okay, ooh, I did good. I did good. I got enough prongs. All right, I got too many prongs, so let's take a couple off. Okay, a little big. One more. Let me take this off the other side. There's a divider on the prong collar. I don't want this to chink on the ground and get him excited. So I got it in my mouth, sorry. This way. Good boy. Good boy. So I'm pinching the prong. Ooh. I didn't quite get it. God, you're being so patient. Good boy. Big boy. I'm going to attach his prong with the carabiner to his collar. And I'm going to hook him to a 6-foot leash. Now we're going to go. He's a sweetheart. Maverick, come. Good boy. The point of this collar, the prong collar, is clear communication with your pet. Pressure release, fairly communicated to the dog, is effective dog training. Thanks for watching my video on prong collars.